version of Abergavenny, written by Marty Wilde and Ronnie Scott in 1968, made famous by Marty Wilde. I have it capoed up here on the 2nd fret. Everything I say will be relative to this fret. So if I say I'm playing an A, it's going to look like this, even though that's truly a B. Marty Wilde plays it in the key of B. That's why I've got it capoed here. They start off with this little A run. It's starting on the 5th fret, 1st string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 6th fret, 3rd string, which is an A chord. And on your 3rd string there, on the 6th fret, you go from 6, 4, 6, and then just walk up strings 2 and 1. And then these notes. That's 9, 7, 5 on the 1st string. And then hitting the rest of your chord on the 2nd and 3rd strings. So this first run. And then they go down to this A and E combination. And then it starts the song. This first run is an A chord, and I'm mainly going to just explain the chord and the melody. You can fill in the rest of the notes if you like. This is an A chord. So it starts off on this C sharp on the 5th string. C would be on the 3rd fret. This is the 4th fret on the 5th string. C sharp, B, C sharp, and then you just bar down the 2nd fret to play the rest of this A chord. So the melody is C sharp, B, C sharp, and then bar, hitting strings 4 and 3, and then strings 2. And then you do this run back down. String 2, lift, string 2, and then string 3, barred again. Strings 3, 4, and then back to your C sharp. So this first run. And then you repeat that last run. And then you go to a G chord. And then you hit this 3rd string and go to a G chord. Hitting your 3rd string G as your melody. So the first run. And you go to a C chord. C, B on the 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd string, it's back on C on the 2nd string. And then you go to an F chord, just playing strings 5, 4, and 3. It looks like an E, it's just moved up 1. 3, 4, 5, and then you go down to the E chord, playing strings 3, 4, and 5. Both times I'm hitting bass on the 5th string. And then you go to this A chord where you're hitting A in the bass, 3rd string, 2nd string, 4th string. And then to an E chord. I just roll up from the 6. So this whole first run slowly looks like this. thing. Then it moves on to the break. And that starts off with a D chord, playing a D and an F sharp up here on the 5th and the 4th strings. 5th string, it's like a C moved up 2. Hit this, A, open B, and then you move to an A chord. And that's on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, open, 3rd string. And then you move to an E chord. And that's B, B, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 3rd string here on the 1st fret. So coming off of that E, you go to a D chord, hitting it twice, just playing that 3rd string as your melody, held down there on the 2nd fret, and then back to the A chord. Up to this D. And then the second part of the break starts off with the same D run. And then it goes to a D minor run. So the D is the same as it was before. A, B, and then the D minor, you're hitting the D note here, 5th fret, 5th string, and the F note here, 3rd fret, 4th string, and then A, open B, and then you go to a C chord, hitting strings 3, 4, and 3, and then you go to this E chord. Starting at the B for your melody, and then you go to the D notes, 3rd fret, 2nd string, open E, and then this B note up here on the 7th fret of the 1st string, and then you go back to the song. So the break slowly looks like this. Towards the end of the song, he does a little one of these. From an A to an E. And then just repeat. Again. And you can mix and match these different combinations of these two parts like they do over and over again.